Good morning, everyone. This is Leigh with Victorian Dreams by Leigh. And it's time for Glue Gun Chronicles. And we are going to make a decorated fabric book. Remember the other day when I went to Daiso and this was a fabric book? And I thought, that's a cute idea. Let's bump it up a notch. So we are going to make a fabric book, but it's going to be bigger and prettier. So let's get started. Here's what we're making. And I made that clay dress. I made a tutorial on that if you want to go back and look at the clay molds. These are really cheap flowers. They're not wild orchid, but I get, I want to say 72 on the large and 144 on the smaller ones for $5 a pack. So it's reasonable to play with. And these are all just the extra little trims we all have left over, and we're going to make a book. I did put fabric to start it off, and this book came from Walmart. The notebook came from Walmart, so let me show you. It's 53 cents, a composition book. And so let's get started and we'll put this together. Let's see if my lighting is good today. If you hear noises in the background, that's just my hubby, best friend. Hi, love. He is working on the computer. So I'm going to try to stay in frame. So I went to the grocery store and asked for a couple of these meat trays, and they're really good for painting. So you're going to need some white paint. This is from Walmart. This is from Michael's. This was $2.50. This was $1. So 2 ounces, 8 ounces. This is the better buy. So let's get started. To protect our pages inside, we put printer paper down, and we put 2 coats of paint on. I'm not going to totally sit here and make you watch me put all the paint on. I think everyone can handle it. I even paint that spine, even though I cover the spine with trim. But I did find that 2 coats is what I like to hide the yellow, even though I'm putting material, lace, and then little pieces of trim, leftover trims. So you could start this, glue a piece on, and then when you get another piece, add a piece of trim. You don't have to have it all complete in one day. So we paint this and we dry it with our heat gun. Okay, so we let it sit and dry, and we put the second coat on. The second coat really does cover most of it, but that's okay. We're going to layer it up. So let's go ahead and move that out of our way. And remember, see how it made the paint on the side? So just lift it up so that it doesn't stick. So let's just move this out of the way, and let me get a wipey because my fingers have paint on them. I always keep wipies right beside me to keep everything clean. Hopefully everything's clean because I am using white laces and stuff. So my colors today, so let me move my extra papers, and here we go. So here it is painted twice. and I can rub on it and it's painted and it's dry. You see a little bit, but when you go back to this one, and what I want to do too is I'm going to take a little bit of white and put on this dress. I'm going to use a sponge and I'm going to put a little bit of white to bring out the roses and the different stuff. And then I gessoed this to dull down some of the color and to give it 3-dimension. The dulling down with the gesso was not my idea. I saw Fiona Jennings do it, and I got this at Hobby Lobby actually it was 50% off on sale, and this will last forever. But I also made my own with baby powder, glue, and water, and there's so many videos out there to do it. But Fiona Jennings 644 I think is her name, her YouTube name, gave me the idea to give it some dimension there, so thank you. So let's get started. So I already have my piece of lace, and I did this on my last video. I used some of this, and let's see, what is top, what is down? This is the top. Charlie is turned on, and he seems to be behaving himself. I heard through the grapevine, then had to go check it out myself, that he was playing hide and go seek the other night. Did you know that, John?
Yep.
And so we had a giggle at him playing hide and go seek. So let's just put this down, and we are going to hide that original glue seam right there. Let me make sure I didn't get inside, because we're going to put a trim all the way around that. My glue gun looks a little bit different because the black piece came off. So it's almost like if Charlie lost a tooth. But that black piece came off, so this looks different. But so now I got to get used to what it looks like. When I'm coming around this binder right here, I'm not actually going to go around the binder. I'm leaving it I'm gonna leave it open. I'm gonna stop right here, and I'm gonna leave it open because I don't want to put too much stress on it. So okay, so that part's down, and I'm leaving this loose because we're going to put other pieces down. There were so many other little pieces, and it all gets glued down and everything as we do it. So now I'm going to leave the black part. I'm not even really gluing on that much. I want to make sure, see the little bit that I'm adding? I want to make sure that I don't put a bind on the binder. Okay, I waited too long. See right here, I waited too long, and that dried up before I even had the netting down. Netting fabric is what this is. I think it was from Joann's. Joann's does have a .com website where you can go and order. So hopefully y'all can find anything you want. My glue gun, excuse me, my glue gun is a Sherbon, and it's from Hobby Lobby. I just bought my mom one. Okay, so I don't want it to be too loose, so let me get this up before. Let me see. I didn't make this boo-boo before, but I want to clean it up. Okay, I want it tighter. So, because it was too loose. So I need to actually glue a little bit on this side. So we're learning here, because this didn't happen on the first one, but the first one was actually a Daiso curtain, and I had a little bit more weight. So I did 2 inches on that side. Let's do 2 inches on this side, and we're going to cover any like that's going to get cut off or covered, so because we're going to put trim. So 2 inches. Let me make sure Charlie's turned on. Just doesn't seem that hot. I haven't had them on that long. The back I'm not going to cover with trim unless I feel that it needs it. I didn't do the last one. I'll show you in just a second. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do it quicker. See? Yeah. Now I can see that it's hotter because it's sticking to my fingers. Before, the glue gun wasn't hot enough. So make sure that your glue gun is hot enough. My glue gun came from Hobby Lobby. It's regularly 11 with the fine tip because I just bought my mom one, and 40% off. It costs $7 and I want to say 52 cents the tax and everything. So that's where you go. I think you could probably find it at joann's.com too. Oh, all these flyaways. All these little flyaways. So I just did the Glue Gun Chronicles giveaway for the last project I made, and that was the Dreamcatcher, Victorian Dreamcatcher. That was nice. Okay, so all we need to do now is, this is the back and it's upside down. So all we need to do now is just trim. So let's get the scissors. And let me show you the back was just this. Okay, so put that off to the side and let's just trim. Johnny is here working on the computer. It's early in the morning before he heads out to work. He's got to get some stuff done. And that's, if you hear tapping on the computer keys, that's what he's doing. I like to get as close as possible to this. Johnny worked all weekend at the property, and I have some videos to put up of him working at the property. He has the building pads ready. He has the driveway in. He took down dead trees and 3 other oak trees. They were all oak trees and they were dead. Some bug had come through. And then he took down 3 for where the house is going to go. So I think, how many trees is on that lot, Johnny? Over 50? So only having to take 3 down, we really paid attention to everything. I just hit beads with all that, cleaning it. But we really paid attention to our floor plan, changed the floor plan, changed the shape of the house because of trees. Trees are a commodity in Texas. There is none here in this area. Okay, so we got beads flying all over there. So that's the back. This is the front, and we'll keep trimming as we go and all. I do have smaller scissors that might have got closer. Okay, so that's the front. Now it's time just to decorate. And so this was what the material was. This is what the material was. So that's what I used. So let's move that out of the way. And I have a bucket. I had extra trims and I can't find my extra trim bucket. And I'm like, but I'm recording and I just made this project. And I only had like 4 whites, and so I'm going to actually use some of my trims to go ahead and make this, even though it's supposed to be my spares. I have a few spares in here that I'm going to grab out. I have extras here that I'm going to grab and use, but I'm like, ah, where's my spares? So let's get the party started here. It's mostly just tapping on a little bit of glue. Let me make sure y'all are in frame because I keep moving around, and I think I can move that down some. Okay, move that. Let me look again. I just want to make sure y'all are in frame. Okay, so I just glued this down, and then I'm going to come to this corner. I'm going to glue that down, and then we just trim it. Because so much gets glued on with the flowers and stuff, I'm not going to worry about doing all that because it's going to get a little bit heavier. I am burning up. I don't know if the air is on or what. So let's put that down. I'm actually gluing on the book where I want it, not on the trim. So there's 2 layers. Let's see what else we have here. I am going to use this again because I like that color popping out. Gives it a little bit of dimension. What else do I have here? I don't particularly like this that much on other projects, so I'm happy to use it here, and it kind of gets washed in the project, and I don't want to use that much of it yet. So let's see. I can't believe Charlie was hiding my Charlie must have hid my extra laces. Because I just don't know where that bucket is. So I'm putting glue on the lace there, and then I'm putting it underneath to give it some dimension. Look at all the flyaways. Wow, they're stuck to everything. Woo! And I have to heat this up with the heat gun when we're done with this one to get rid of them all. I'm sure this has been done before. This is nothing new, but can you imagine that on your dining room table or your kitchen table and making notes, or you want to give it to a teacher as a gift? I mean, you could actually bring this up a notch and have it as a wedding signature to sign in as your wedding book, you know, and get a nicer notebook. And it could be for when you have a baby shower, and you know how you want to take down notes at a wedding or baby shower of who was there and comments and who gave you the gifts. Well, this could be the book, and you could treasure it forever. You could make memories. Say you have a 2-year-old just beginning to say all kind of words and phrases and putting words together. Well, put a picture of them on there, and this would be what he got away with today, what he said today, or he or she. So this could be really used for a lot of stuff. You could send it to your daughter for school and just different things. So, you know, just enjoy having something pretty. 53 cents, then you're using your spares. So, yeah, let's just enjoy having pretty things around us that didn't cost a lot either. that was hot. There we go. Let's not cut the other one by mistake. And we'll trim all that all at one time. What else do we have in our bucket here? I like that because it goes around that corner. That's nice right there. So let's use that one there. And then after we put all the flowers on and everything, and we see that, you know, this is popping up, we'll just tack it down. So let's get another piece of something pretty. Let's find some pretties. This is pretty. Let's go a different direction. Since we started this in this direction, let's go a different direction to change it up. Let's see, the flowers are going to go here, so so I'm not gonna, let me think here. Let's do that this way because there's going to be a lot of flowers over here and I don't want to waste too much. So let's tack this down because if we're going to keep the same design as before, we're not going to waste a lot of lace where all these flyaways are tickling me. And make sure that we so let's see. Last time there was a lot of flowers and getting smaller, so we could do it the opposite direction this time to change it up. So let's add a little bit more trim and start decorating with the roses. See how that moves, but we'll definitely tack that down. The flyaways are tickling me. This is pretty. This trim right here is really soft, and you could put lace ribbon through this right here. That's pretty. So let's put that right here. So we're going to put trim. Oh, running out of glue. It's not wanting to go through. You add a glue stick. One day let's count how many glue sticks on a project that we use, just so we can say we did. Let's stick that underneath there. Okay. I know a lot of people layer and layer and put a lot of layers, and I'm trying to learn to do that. And it does make it prettier. but I don't want to cover stuff that you're really not gonna see. Okay, we have one more piece maybe right here to use. This is that stretchy stuff. My trims all came from either Hobby Lobby or Walmart or see if I can get that underneath there. Well, I'm not worrying about that. I know that roses are going to go on top of that. But yeah, my trims came from Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Michaels, mostly Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I don't go to Michaels very often, so it's in the town next to us. So guys, we're going to cut this and fixin'. I don't even know if that's a word. We're fixing to, let's see, let's add this, add the flowers. So it's going to be big to small, so what do we want here? Let's tack it down here. And it's going off the edge just enough so that we can cut it. And then it goes right, hey, that needed to be glued. Then it goes right here. Let's trim that. That definitely needs to have up underneath it all the way. Okay, so that right there held a lot of the other trim. And let's put it maybe right here, and it hides that lip. So let's go ahead and make sure that that lip is just secure enough. And let's put right here. And it's going right there. I think this came from Michaels. So, and we know that this needs to be totally secured underneath there. So now we're ready to trim, and then we'll put the colors I picked out are going to be a blue and aqua colors. The last one was pink. This one's going to be blue aquas. So I think that'll be pretty. So okay, see all the trimming we're going to trim. And if anything comes undone, we just hit it with the glue gun. Try not to cut into the cardboard of the binder. I hear my son just walked in the door. They are all heading out to work. It's pretty early. It's very early. I think I started this at 6 a.m. I have the other book that I started painting on to show y'all at the beginning, and I put it aside and grabbed this one. I'm going to do that one tonight, late nights with Leigh, and use Mod Podge. So anyone that wants to just use paper and use Mod Podge, if you don't have a glue gun, tonight we'll do that. I have decoupage, Mod Podge suitcases 20 years ago, and so much stuff, and antique. I love using like antique coolers where they used to put their ice coolers, where they would put the actual big chunk of ice in the 1920s, 1900s, before they had the electricity. And I've covered those and everything. So there we go. Okay. I'm just trying to show you my steps. The first step was painting, then I layered because I don't want to do the back. So we'll trim that. We need to get my little scissors and trim these little pieces. So let's just move all this out of the way because I don't want it in my way. And let me just take 2 seconds to clean this. Good morning, Kyle. I don't know where he's at. They might be loading the trucks. I think they might be working together today. I don't know. So, okay. Ooh, I feel so much better. Okay, so we're going to do this trim, and we're going to put this on. So, here's my bucket getting ready for what I want to do. I have doilies out just in case. I have frames out just in case. So we're going to put that on. But let me go back to that other bucket and get the trim. Because see all the different edges here? So if we put a trim here and hide it, this is a trim that we could use. I have one more too. This is tiny little trim. I think it's too small. This is from Hobby Lobby. They hardly ever have it, but it is tiny, tiny. I think it's too tiny. I just don't like it. I mean, you could use a bigger trim if you wanted. Let me see what else I have. Anything flat. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, guys. How about this trim? I don't know where it came from. I don't know the brand. It might be Daiso. I think it is. There is going to be a gift at the end of this. So you have to wait and see. But yeah, let's do this one. So let's start in the back. Maybe I should go ahead and trim nicely so that I don't cut this trim that I'm fixing to put on. So I'm sorry, guys, but let's just do it right. So while I'm trimming this, go get another cup of coffee, or you know what? You got that laundry. Go put that laundry in the dryer, and I'll wait right here. This is pretty close. See, you guys, you went and got a snack, you went and got a drink, you went and put the load of laundry. Hey guys, my cell phone that I'm recording off of said beep, so I knew to download it onto my laptop and to upload. So it's actually uploading part 1 as we're doing part 2, and I'll smush them together and make one video. So this came from Saw Crafter. She doesn't sell it anymore, but I know I bought like one of every color now that I see how expensive it is, because it was like 75% off. I wish I'd have got 2 of every color. But I took the netting off, and it's going to go here. Kyle, I'm recording.
Where's the rod at?
So what we're going to do is we're going to put this trim on the outside to clean up those edges. Let's start in the back, and let's see. This is from Daiso, I think, and so it'll clean those edges and make it look a little bit finished off. Let's turn the corner. Easy project. Everything still takes me about an hour, even though these projects, you see how I pinch, and I like to pinch it, stay in the corner, pinch it, go around the corner, and keep it going. I don't want to cut it off and have like an X there. I like to keep it going, one continuous piece, and I'll clean this up. And see, I never glued any of this down. That way it feels, other than feeling the lace, it doesn't have bumps or anything, and it all gets secure. So I'm going to pinch and turn. Ooh, my knuckle just hit that glue. My finger's not used to feeling that. And so let's just tack that down just a hair there. See how it cleans up that edge there? Looks really nice. And I'm not going to do the binding. I don't want it to not want to open. So I'm going to just start at the top of it and put it down, and not make it real tight either. I'm going to give it a little give. Just a little give. See how it opens? It has a little give. If you make it too tight or all, I would hate for it not to want to open. I just dripped some glue down the side, so yeah, I wanted to open that and make sure it didn't get stuck on the paper, and it didn't. I'm trying to make it as straight as possible, but I've had coffee, and coffee just is making me a little shaky. Johnny's still here plugging away on the computer. Kyle just left. They're going to meet each other shortly somewhere on a job site. Without having that black piece on here, I'm having to learn the gauge of where the glue's coming out and all. It's almost like it feels like a new gun in a little bit of a way, you know, because used to I only had to measure. Ow, I touched that. Ouch, Charlie. That hurt. See how it's cleaning up that edge with just this little bit right here? And so let's just take that one extra step and do that. Twist, turn. There we go. This is hanging over just a hair, so that's actually kind of nice too, that when you look at it at the ends, you see little scallops hanging over. It's a cotton trim. And now let's just cut that there. And let's not glue on the binding itself, and let's just pull it here. Okay, we'll add just a hair of glue right there so it doesn't fray. I think my blue trim will cover it anyway. Okay, let me make sure you guys are in frame. Can you see me? I see you guys. Okay, so now, because I've learned from the first one, let's just see. I could put 2 rows, like the first one I did 2 rows, 1 row on the binder round part, and then 2, and I saved this much. So if I can cut a straight line, let's count out, and then, you know, we could save that. Or do we just tack it all down? Let's see, how many rows is there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it could make a whole nother project. I'm thinking, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't actually do it on that one. So let's just go ahead and put the prettier side here. So if we fold it in half, that way it's, if we fold it in half, let's do that. So there we go. We got all that secure. I think these need to be secured. I don't want to put a lot of glue on this and make it kind of bulky or feel that way. So yeah, okay. This one, I don't want you to grab it. I need a glue stick all over the place. I had to go around my holder that Johnny made me. Okay, Charlie, what are you doing? Because you're not coming out. Okay, there we go. I wasn't using 2 hands at one time for that. Okay, so Johnny made me a stand to hold my phone. I took a picture of it because someone had asked for it, and I need to post it, and I forgot to, but I do have the picture. So as I'm looking at this, it looks off balance. And if it is, then we'll trim it. And wherever this was, I can see that it's not a perfect dye. It's got a little bit of color throughout, so that's pretty, and it's a little off balance. So I'll come back and probably trim it, or I may just leave it. But I see it wasn't straight when I first saw it, and I should have trimmed it, but that's okay. This side is straight. So now let's just trim here. And trim here. Is that going to irritate me that that's not straight? Probably will. Would it irritate y'all? Tell me. Should I just let it go? Because maybe if I started trimming to fix it, it'd get worse. What would y'all do? Because, you know, when I try to cut my daughter's hair when she was young and try to make it straight, it got crookeder. So maybe I should leave it alone. Handmade is not perfect, is it? So, okay. Now the fun begins. Now the fun begins. I have some stuff laid out. I have some blue bling from Daiso. It cost $1.50 for the rings, and we can take those apart. I have some doilies, but I have these flowers, $72 for the $5. They're pretty. They're not wild orchid. They're pretty. And I have different ones. These all match. I ordered to match. I like having the different sizes, the 3 different sizes. 144 and 144 for $5 and 72 for $5. So I order twice a year. I probably order $50 worth at a time and get every color she has. And so yeah, I think it's a good buy because I think it's a good buy. I'm sorry for the crinkling, guys. I don't like it myself. Let's get some out and quit making all that noise. I think it's a good buy. I use it quite often. So let me get my little pliers. I wish I would have had these pre-cut for y'all. I'm sorry that y'all are going to have to sit here with me. I hope it doesn't take a long time. But the fun part is now just putting on the roses. And I do 3, 5, 7 types, 3 and 5s. I saved these because you can use the wires as little embellishments when you're working with this. So see, some of the flowers are smushed. See, there's the flower, and then, you know, to put it back together yourself a little bit. So let's see. Let's tack that back up. Let's tack this back into place and see how it's coming apart there. So I just put the flower back together. No need to waste. So see, there you go. Okay. We may not even paint this white. We may like the color that it turns out. There's extra glue right here. I want to clip that off. I've never seen this before. It was a really hard piece. We may like what it turns out to be, and we may not even paint it white. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like at the end. Well, it's not paint, it's gesso. So let's just wait and see. It takes longer to cut all these little pieces. So, and see, that really matches really nice, that aqua. So let's put some here. If you know someone that's having a wedding, see, you're sticking it in the little holes. See, I only needed 2 there. If someone's having a wedding, this could be their colors. I'm going to have to open each bag one time, guys. I'm sorry. And as soon as I get done, any of them that I do not use. I put right back in the bag that it belongs in so that I'm not looking. It would be my luck if I needed one more of that color and I'd have to start searching. So see this rose, popped out of my hand. Just put a glob there. See, it's already looking really nice. Fell out of my hand. So you could do this with bigger flowers. You could do this with silk flowers. The dollar store even has silk flowers, but you could do it with bigger flowers and not use as many. You could do this and not even put any flowers on it at all, depending on your budget. I kind of need to turn it so I can see how it's looking. I use more of the big ones, and then the little ones are to fill in the gaps and the holes. So this one needs to be tacked back down. See how the green kind of got bent up in the male? So it's not a waste. Instead of making a flower, you just fix this one. These are very variegated in color. I can see two different color blues already, which is nice and different. So let me look at it. I'm enjoying the color. I haven't used this in a long time, so I'm enjoying seeing color, and I'm letting it fall over. Doesn't have to go straight down that line. So let's put one right there. Just fill in as you go. Let's see, I see other sizes I'm going to bring in a minute. Maybe put the bigger ones at the bottom and gradually start with smaller ones at the top. We know as we go. See how tight this flower is? So much tighter than that rose. There's two different roses, sizes and colors. Sorry guys, these are really cute. I don't do flower arrangements, so I'm only going off of what my eye is seeing. Someone that does flower arrangements may say, "Are you kidding me?" But so yeah, I need to turn it at an angle so I can see a little better. There are flyaways, I can see that, and I will definitely use the heat gun to get rid of them. just different sizes. Give it a look, prettier look. Should have had all these pre-cut. I'm apologizing because they're not. And this video is taking a long time. Do you want me to keep taping and gluing, or do you want me to just finish it and show you the finished product? Just let me know so that the next time we do something like this, kind of wants to fall over a little bit. So look, glue flyaways are sorry, I'm quiet. I hope y'all have music playing in the background. I wish I could. I don't like that one there. These are so much tighter. They're at different rows. I already see on Facebook where kids are already going back to school. It's just August. We didn't ever have to go back until after September 1st. Boy, times have changed. There's so much glue right there, I didn't even have to put it on the rows. So far, I need one here, and it's going to be a blue one. Darker blue one, that is. I have some bling I want to put on this. You see all the flyaways? Boy, I do. Let's see. For a baby shower, if it's a boy or let's add these. See how that fell apart? I don't know if I'm going to use it, but let's go ahead and put that back together. No need to waste it. But this would be really cute for a baby shower. You know how they take the notes, a wedding, to make your own, everything coordinating with the right colors. Of course, you would probably use either a lot of silvers or golds for a wedding. 2, if it's a very traditional, maybe just white, silvers, or golds. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different sizes of flowers. So not everyone has 5 different sizes, so maybe artificial would work better for you and you could get quite a few. Maybe no flowers at all. Maybe just the trim and put a bow on it or something. I think I'm going to put maybe 2 or 3 more, and we'll call it quits. And I'm going to put a piece of bling somewhere in the middle. So my son's always like, why are you making stuff from the dollar store all the time? And I didn't realize a lot of it is pretty inexpensive. Ow, I just pinched my own finger. Whew. I didn't realize that most of my projects are pretty inexpensive. I just want everyone to be able to see something and say, I can do something with that. I think that's how my brain works. So 2 more and we're done. And then we'll put a piece of bling or something to bring it up a notch. And this is no rhyme, no reason. I just stuck a whole bunch on there. Some stuff I make isn't as cheap. Okay, so I do see one place I have to add 1 more flower because I see a glob of glue. So I need to hide that. And it goes right there. So now the question is do we want to color it in white or leave it like that? If that's your favorite color, you may not want us to touch it and mess with it. So I'm going to put all this back in my bucket and put them all back in the right bags when I get done. So let's see here. I had these, but the white is not showing up on here. I have this pretty little piece. So I don't have a lot of blues. They're not my color. I thought I had some. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of blues to play with for bling. So y'all probably have something better. These are from Michael's. They were $1.50, and then I bought them, I think, 70% off. So if we used one of these, it kind of doesn't show up. Thinking if we just use one of these with that in the middle. I only have 2 pieces of blue. And they're both from Daiso. That's pretty. So if we put this here, and this was in the middle. That's pretty and different. So let me take these sticky pieces off so that when I do glue it down, it's all level. And I think I'm going to take blue ink and excuse me, and highlight. Excuse me. I think I'm going to take blue ink and highlight the edges of this and pop it out a little. So these little frames for $1.50, and then I got it. I know I got it for at least 50% off. Flyaways. So let's just stick it about there. I like a triangle-y. And now, I think this was hard to cut the last time. I don't remember. I hadn't had this one, but I had ones similar. Got one side. Okay, that hurt. So then let's put this can't really flatten it out. Let me push it on the table and see if I can flatten it at all. It doesn't really flatten too much, so I don't want to break it. Let's just put it in there. Let's just do it. It's not going to make it any easier, so just add a lot of glue. I should probably use E6000, but I don't have it, and I started with the glue. Let's just get it into place, and I think I'm going to find my E6000 and put it, glue it down. There we go. It's wanting to stay now. Okay, guys, the last thing we need to talk about is, do we want to add a little white to this? See, it's finally, I think I keep moving it around too much. We do one more gulp there. I'm gonna quit touching it. Let it dry. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get this real quick. Just add just a little bit, not near as much as the last time. I'm liking using other colors. So this is fun. And this is heavy, thick. So I'm going to get my tray back, put it on the side here, and thin it out with my brush. And let's just barely hit it on the tops. Fly away, get that out of the way. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. I see Okay, so I can't believe this has taken that long. So I went ahead and added a few more roses while I had to download that second video. I promise we have not even 5 minutes here. Oh! let's just barely tap the tops. Give it some dimension. Look more like maybe even snow a little bit. I see flyaways, so I have to melt those. If you look at it. We're going to get rid of all the flyaways, so Leigh, quit playing with them. Get your job done. Okay, guys, let's call it a night here, or morning actually. So, put this up, keep it sealed. Get that out of the way. I ended up going to the expo, and I was lucky enough to find this for $3 when they're normally $6 and higher, $6.50 and higher. So, Salty Ocean. I think it might be a little dark, but I wanted to tap on that just a little. I'm using a wipey because I don't have a sponge in front of me. And take some color off of it. Taking some color off of it and just tap on the top to show that it's there and show a little color. There we go. Okay, guys, so we're done. So thank you so much for participating in my video today. Caring is sharing, sharing is caring. I don't know which way it should go. I like it both ways. I keep hitting my thing there, so my fingernails are dirty and yucky from all that. So here we go, girls, guys. I did touch this up so you can see the dimensions of it, and this one is really stuck down now. There is a giveaway. The giveaway is either one, whatever color you like the best. And also don't forget that I like to give out Daiso goodies because a lot of people can't get to Daiso, so they end up getting about $10, 10 items actually, of little goodies. If you watch other people's videos, Happy Mail that they get from me. So what you need to do is, down below I have a link of Glue Gun Chronicles. So join my group. A lot of people post every day, all kind of stuff. And it's all about crafting, and we ask questions and people answer right away too. It's very nice. I try to be 100% available to you, and I try to be 100% comments on everyone's video. If they took the time to comment, I comment back. So and so far so good. Leave a comment down below, and that's an entry. If you share, that's a second entry. So that would be very nice. I have a Victorian Dreams blog, so join that blog. It's on Facebook, and I post pictures and give templates away, give photo free stuff away, and if you follow me on Google, you get to see me post right away. And I'm on Instagram, but I don't really use it, but I do have a link. So I hope you liked it. It was pretty long. It seemed like it took a long time, but it's easy. So yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you get some use out of it. I adore them. I am going to make another one tonight, but it's going to be all Mosh Posh with Late Nights with Leigh. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating into my video today and sitting along, and I really appreciate it. Good night.